because the credit unions, sometimes can be hard to join, but guess what? There is an affiliation or an association that I should say that you guys can join. And with the discount code, it is free. So the American Consumer Council is a nonprofit organization that is really about, financial education, and they have partnered with a number of different credit unions. So if you become a member with the American Consumer Council, your membership with them can qualify you to open up a bank account and become a member with a bunch of these different credit unions. So I put this video together on the slideshow and I'll upload it with this video. This is just the president talking about their partnerships with credit unions. And you can join the American Consumer Council using the promo code consumer for free. It's usually just a one-time fee of $15 to join the ACC, but I literally just joined yesterday using the same code consumer, and it was $0. So that way I can start joining some of their different American Consumer Council credit union affiliates. And I dropped the entire list today inside of the community. I'm going to also copy it to the classroom, but this is the entire list right here. So there are lots of options. Andrews Federal Credit Union. The first ones you'll see here, these are not geo-restricted. Geo-fenced means that they have geographic restrictions on who can join based on where you're located. I don't know if I've talked about geo restrictions with you guys before, but basically, if you're trying to get around that, you just have to have a virtual office, family member's home, or you have to have an address within that location because they have geo restricted. These banks are not geo restricted, so anyone can join. And guess what? Your membership with the American Consumer Council would qualify you to membership to these credit unions. Now, they might have additional, requirements that they need, but basically what happens is the American Consumer Council will send you a certificate via email. You'll just provide that certificate as proof, and your member number will be on that certificate to these credit unions. You can also just do a quick search and say, hey, show me all the credit unions that are associated with the American Consumer Council. But this is a list of a lot of them. You'll see a lot of the names that we may have talked about in the past. Andrews is one that I talk about often. Farmers, they're pretty good. DCU, that's a really popular one. Signature. There's a ton of different options here, guys. These options are geo-restricted. So you'll notice I have the states in here. So if you're outside of those locations, you might not qualify for a membership. You might have to use a virtual office if you want to get in that bad. But if you are in these states, then I would highly recommend looking into some of these places. Logix is really good. There's so many options, so many options. These are some of the new ones that just got added. So there's a ton of great places that you can start building credit with, because again, you want to start grooming your relationships with these credit unions before you need credit. So that way you can work on your credit, optimize your credit report, do pledge loans, which are the secured loans. A lot of these credit unions will offer a type of secured pledge loan. If they don't, you can do like a CD, you can do a secured credit card if they have one, but start building that relationship. CD will not cost you a hard pull. A secured credit card will, though, right? Some of these credit unions might perform a hard credit pull when you open up a bank account. Some do, some don't. You'll notice here, even NASA is on the list. NASA is kind of tricky though, because sometimes they have additional requirements that they might make you do, but just try to get in because they're a really great credit union. A lot of these credit unions are really good. U.S. Postal Credit Union, a lot of them are in Maryland. You've got couple in California here. So here is the top 14 that I would pick from if I were you, because you can easily get $10,000 minimum from most of these credit unions. Of course, we don't want to open up all of them at the same time, but kind of spread it out. You can pick anywhere from like 1 to 5 to apply with. But again, you're going to be managing all this. So don't bite off more than you can chew. But you want to start building relationships with Andrews, Pinnacle, Logic, First Tech. First Tech is going to be a hard pull when you open up a bank account with them. They did that with me. Patelco, PinFed. Some of these spellings are wrong, so I apologize about that. Apple Federal Credit Union, Alliant, Great River, Digital Federal Credit Union, which is DCU, Bethpage, State Department Federal Credit Union, Prada Federal Credit Union, and Thrivent. Those are like the top 14 that are on there, in my opinion. But again, if you have some that are in your state, I would definitely recommend you build relationships with them, because a lot of these credit unions, they might also offer community development programs for business owners. Then you can start venturing over on the business side and get a lot more benefit from that. So start building, join the ACC. It's super easy and it's free. So there's really, no excuse. Next week, we're going to be talking more about collections. We're going to be talking more about credit repair. I'm going to be going over, how to read a credit report, how to import it into the software. In June, we're going to start talking about business credit, but I want to make sure that we've touched on enough credit factors, because there's a lot of levels to credit repair. And there's a lot of things that we can peel back, and it's like, oh my God, we're just getting deeper down this rabbit hole. But I want to make sure that we've covered enough credit repair, credit stuff, and everyone's clear on that and how we can good, just joined ACC. Nice, good way to take action. Sorry guys, I have a bit of a cold I'm getting over and allergies, so that's never fun. But and if you haven't joined Navy Federal, make sure you guys sign up for a Navy Federal account. I sent out an email today on how to join. We talked about how to join earlier in the group. It's really easy. You just say that your, family or your father was in the Navy and he passed away. No, I'm not telling people to lie. Someone emailed me that today. Why are you telling people to lie? I'm not telling you to lie. I'm telling you Navy Federal is a great bank to join, and this is how to join if you're not in the military. So it's great to be able to join there. But if for some reason you absolutely cannot join, then here are some other great ways and great credit unions that you can join by simply being a member of the ACC. Okay. So it's a great way to kind of just step away, like, okay, well, maybe I don't have to do all these weird qualifications that they have. I'll just use my membership, and boom, now I can open up 3 to 5 new bank accounts, start grooming those relationships. If they do have some sort of, pledge loan, secured loan, definitely do that, because it just helps build that relationship with the bank. Do a CD account, savings account, checking account, do have some sort of like small direct deposit. Check off all those boxes. Make sure you don't get any overdraft fees, or you don't have any signs of financial risk on your account. And then after about 90 days to anywhere to 120, once your credit score is over 700, you can then apply for credit products with these banks. And some of these banks approve people with less than a 700 credit score. Once you have that relationship developed with these banks, I've seen banks approve people as low as 650, especially Apple Federal Credit Union, and Andrews and DCU. PinFed is a little more strict, but still, they were one of the first banks that gave me a higher limit credit card when I was in that $500 bracket forever. Okay. So they're definitely great. And they offer the pledge loan as well, the secured loan. So that's it for tonight, guys. A lot of information, a lot of stuff to digest. So, take the information that Vance gave us, take action, look at case law. Obviously, there's costs associated with all of the filing fees, but start looking into that stuff because it's a great way that you can help people and also make more income for yourself inside of the credit repair business. And it might not be something that you pick up on and start doing right away. It'll be a process, a learning process. But make sure that you take action daily to start learning the FDCPA, which is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and the FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. I'll put both of those acts inside of the school community so you guys can review them and start getting familiar with them. You can even partner with some of the lawyers that we talked about tonight, Brian Ponder and the other gentleman. I'll make sure to put their information inside of the school app as well. They're great resources because sometimes it can be challenging when you're not familiar with the law and you might need a lawyer on your team. It's always a good idea to have those relationships set up. So that way, when you're like, hey, I'm not sure about this, what do you think? You can have a licensed attorney, kind of give their opinion on the situation and see if you guys have a case that would be worth it. So until next week, guys, I'll post a replay as normal. And we will convey our call next Friday, same time, same channel, guys. Does anyone have any questions before we end today's call? No?
Nope.
All right, great. Well, enjoy your weekend, everyone. I enjoyed it tonight. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next Friday.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.